Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Jack, the muscle and mobility maker with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to resolve that high hamstring pain you're getting right underneath your sit bone. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Saturday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine, and it doesn't get better than that. So take advantage of it. Ready? Let's go ahead and dive into this one. All right, like I said, today we're gonna be dealing with that high hamstring pain you're getting right up underneath your butt cheek there at the sits bone. And we're gonna be taking you through a few different exercises to address your hamstrings directly and also strengthen that tendon that's aggravated in the process. So we'll be looking at some mobilities of this hamstrings tissues and setting the joint in a good position and then strengthening from there to stabilize at the same time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the exercises and we'll talk you through it as we go here. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is set the joint in a good position and floss the tissues a bit. So here, it's hard to see, I do have a band anchored to my hip that I'm flossing here. And what I wanna do is put that band right up in the hip crease and I'm pushing off the post to bring that band into a stretch. In a second here, you'll see a better view of that band. From here, I'm grabbing, interlacing the fingers behind the knee, hugging that thigh to my chest, and I wanna focus on flexing the quads. First of all, I'm gonna do about 10 reps while my toes are pointed away. And then secondly, I'm gonna do about 10 reps while my foot is actually flexing back toward me in this position. Again, focus on your quadriceps and how tight you can flex them in here. Next, we're gonna rotate that same leg across the body, grabbing the foot. Now, if you can't reach the foot, use a strap or another band to help grab the foot and pull it straight into this position. Once we're in this position, still pushing off that post, keeping that bottom leg lengthened and rotating our shoulders to the floor, you're gonna focus on flexing the quadriceps once again, giving a nice tight flex in this position as we are rotated across the body here. One more with that band anchored. The band is on that front hip here. We're gonna do a little bit of a shift back and forth. So you're gonna start in a deep lunge position so that you have that foot in line with the hands. You could be up on your hands to start and lower down into the forearms if you have that kind of range of motion. What I'm doing is pushing back through the leg and allowing the band to pull me back into a bit of a hip shift backwards. You'll see a better version of this angle here in a moment here when I show flossing as well. Okay, using another band here, I'm gonna start a little bit lighter with this band that I'm using. I'm gonna place it around my back and anchor it on both feet. Then I want to roll back into a happy baby position. I'm gonna actually press that band into full extension. I like the band around the back because it actually gives a good brace of the abdomen. And then as I release that flex, I'm gonna let the band pull me deep into that happy baby position. So my arms are running along the inside of the legs with the band, and I'm reaching to the outside edge of the foot to help hold my foot in a good flat position, almost as if I was in a deadlift position here. So I'm letting that band pull me in deep. I want to give another flex again in a few seconds here after being passive for a while. Look at the shake of those legs. Okay, we're really making them work for stability. You're going to feel this in your hips, increasing range of motion there. And each time, just give a flex for about 5 seconds, then relax and settle in. Let it pull at those hamstrings. You do want a vertical shin here, so the ankle is over the knee as much as possible, and that is something to work towards. So use the band that allows you to do that, and then gradually increase your tension as you get better at it. All right, here's that deep lunge position in a better angle here. Now I don't have to have that band anchored on a post, but I do have mobility floss at my hip. So the floss is working through blood flow restriction as well as self-myofascial release. I have it wrapped at about an 8 out of 10 as far as tension goes around that hip. And I was started up high at the hip crease and just went down a little bit into my hamstrings and quads. Now you can use the floss with other movements as well, so this isn't limited to it. You could do the happy baby. You could do strengthening exercises while that floss is on, and it'll be very beneficial. So here's an example of a B stance RDL. So I have that side out front. I'm really focusing on hinging my hips back and loading those hamstrings while I have the floss on. And again, since this is a blood flow restriction technique, it can be very beneficial to helping restore that tendon strength and health overall, as well as making those tissues all glide well in that area. So that's why I like to use it here. You can get it pretty affordable from Rogue Fitness for about 25 bucks. Lastly, we're going to build some strength and stability back around that hip, starting with a single leg glute bridge here. So hug one side to your chest as you drive the other foot through the floor. We're not really loading the hamstrings here per se, but I do want to really feel my glutes as I extend here. So that's mainly our focus, is feeling those glutes firing in the way that they should in that hip extended position here. So each time, take your time, extend the hip as high as you can, drive through while keeping that knee pulling up toward your chest as much as possible with each rep. Here we are a little bit more direct to the hamstrings, so I have my heels elevated on a roller, which is going to provide a little bit of instability from the movement of the roller itself. I do want to drive those heels down into the roller so that I'm keeping a curl at my knee, a flexion at my knee, and then from there I am performing a glute bridge. You will feel this one more in your hamstrings now with the setup of the position. If my feet were flat, that would take the hamstrings out of it and it would be more glute again. So we do want this little bit of elevation, and we want to focus on the heels driving into that roller to provide that instability here. Focus on that squeeze at the top, really loading slowly, taking your time in that top position, and then again controlling the lowering back down each time. And lastly, slow wall touch RDLs. So you want to be about one of your foot lengths away from the wall so that it forces you to hinge back and really reach for the wall to touch it. Now here you want to try and just touch the wall. We don't really want to sit our weight back on the wall if we can help it. So we want to make sure that it's a very light touch to the wall. We're not resting there, and we are reaching far back, so it is loading our hamstrings. We do want to move slowly here, so go very slow tempo, reaching down and then coming back up. Can be a little bit quicker, but especially that eccentric portion of the movement, we want to take our time loading and giving time in that eccentric portion overall. All right, and there you have it. How to go about resolving your high hamstring pain that you've been having. If you like this video, make sure you let me know by clicking that big thumbs up down below, and make sure you take a moment to share this one with a friend, especially if you know they've been struggling with this issue for some time now. If this is a problem that you've had for some time and you're looking for my direct help resolving it, what I want you to do right now is drop down below in the description to fill out a coaching application and schedule a mobility blueprint call. Essentially, this would be our opportunity to get on a Zoom call together so that I could first of all take you through an assessment, gather the information that I'm going to need to tailor that program specific to your needs, and then lay out for you in full detail from there what that program is going to look like and answer any questions you have. So if you're ready for my direct help, drop down in that description right now, fill out that coaching application, and get that call scheduled. Last but not least, if you have not already, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Saturday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in their daily life and routine, and it does not get better than that. So take advantage of it. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. We'll see you next week.